Hello Fun Nation, my name is James and we're checking in here with another episode of FUNalysis, the show where we break down the best and most important matches in FIRST every single week. This week we're heading over to Turkey to take a look at the Istanbul Finals match number 2, featuring some of the coolest strategies we've seen thus far in the first official event. We have the world high score from earlier on in the event. We're going to take a look at one of the most dramatic matches we've seen in a long time in FIRST Robotics. There's so much to learn from that you need to take into your competitions so that your team can compete at your best. To find out all this and more, keep watching on FUNalysis.
Before we get to our next segment, we'd like to thank the following. Kettering University's cutting-edge programs and their experiential co-op model seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds, offering hands-on, future-focused learning that empowers students to pursue new ideas and inspires other institutions to follow their lead. Don't just be ahead of the curve, create the curve. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. Osh Cut is a premier metal cutting service for FIRST teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, guaranteed lead times, and instant online quotes. Osh Cut is offering FIRST teams 50% off any future order up to $200 when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OXHCUT. Just upload a 3D model or plot pattern to get started.
All right, first of all, let's take a look at the teams that we have here in this match at the Istanbul Finals match number 2. So first of all, our 1 seed, it's the Red Alliance, over here captained by the incredible 9483, the Overcharge, which formerly known as Istanbul Wildcats. Overcharge has this crazy EPA chart that we're going to take a look at right here. Almost off the screen, how much better they are as far as EPA than everybody else in the world right now. Obviously, as it's the first competition. Just incredible performance from Overcharge. EPA of 274.8 to finish the event. Just fantastic performance. They dominated through and through. But they're partnered with Team 6436, that's FRC Robotics at the top of the screen, just behind the hub there. They were the winners of the Ankara Regional with one of the Blue Alliance competitors over here that we'll talk about in just a second. And their third robot down here is Team Robotics, that's 10141. Did a really good job as that third robot here, and we'll talk about that more throughout the match. For the Blue Alliance, we have Team 6029, that's Team NF. They're the captains of this Blue Alliance and were the other winners of the Ankara Regional last season. And their first pick was Team 4481, Team Rembrandts, the Open Alliance standout out of the Netherlands. Also a really solid robot that they're going to look to perform even better at their next Turkish Regional next week. Their third robot was Team 8242, Techno NFL. However, that robot was subbed out after match 11 for Team 11416, Raptorus Robotics, right here in the middle. And they play for match 13 and then finals match 1 and 2 as well. So let's take a look at Auton. We're going to kind of start here, and we're going to take a pause right here. This is kind of our first collision point in the match we want to talk about here. In Auton, we see all 4 of the captain and the first pick robots are going to attempt to go and grab the fuel. However, FRC Robotics Auton is going to fail, and they're going to stay in their alliance zone. That leads the Overcharge here, 9483, to come out and grab all the fuel for the Red Alliance. However, Rembrandts is actually going to contact and grab a G415 penalty. That's a minor foul there for contact inside the frame perimeter. However, it does kind of screw up Overcharge a little bit, not super consequentially, but you can tell that this strategy of going first to the middle and getting as much fuel as possible is definitely what the top teams are looking to do at the start of Auton, especially in these early events. That's the largest source of fuel on the field, and if you go and you shoot first, you're going to lose out on an opportunity. So as we watch Auton to continue to play out, we're going to see Overcharge come back and do their signature shooting while moving Auton as they go down to the shoot door. However, in this case, they're actually going to jam and won't be able to finish off the rest of their shoot door auto. Whereas the Blue Alliance here, we're going to pause before we move into Teleop. We're going to see them be able to score much more. They're actually going to come out ahead of Auton. This is the first time that Overcharge lost an Auton this season, which is incredible. After 17 matches, they finally do lose that one Auton. Rembrandts is actually able to grab some of these preloaded fuel right here, as well as Team NF is able to drop down their hopper as well, as the Rembrandts human player also is launching them in as well. This allows them to have about a 62-21 lead coming out of Auton into Teleop. And we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff happen as we get into Teleop. But first of all, it's kind of a difference for Overcharge. Overcharge is dominated and putting up 400 plus fuel by themselves every match. What do they do now that they are in this shooting first position? clearly that was something that they weren't prepared for. So we actually see them right here. They continue to have this jam, and they're going to go and they're going to start collecting fuel to try to get that fuel unjammed. However, this is when tragedy strikes for the Red Alliance. Pars Robotics here is going to cross over that dangerous bump, and they're going to get beached on fuel. This is going to be a very rough spot for the Red Alliance here, and one of the major reasons why this match is kept close is this beaching incident. And let this serve as a warning to your teams. Beaching is real, guys, and the bump is dangerous. Trench bots even are also sometimes, going to be caught by this beaching as well. And we're going to see the Blue Alliance be able to take advantage of this, use that extra opportunity and score. So first of all, whose shift is it now to score? It's the Red Alliance's, and we have 3 Red Alliances all outside of their alliance zone. They can't score right now because we have Pars Beach and we have Istanbul Wildcats up here trying to collect, and as well as get unjammed left over from that 10-second transition period. So we're going to see them kind of try to escape the defense here of 11-4-16. They're also going to grab a foul for going inside of their frame perimeter because of that extending hopper. This is really solid defense here. We'll see 11-4-16 push back Overcharge into even their own alliance members and just kind of pin them. That's one of the best ways to defend a team like Overcharge that has just such unstoppable shooting power, is to pin them and slow them down in places that they can't be scoring and they can't be picking up, right? So Overcharge is going to try to spin out of this here, but they're going to actually kind of get blocked off by their own team member here. So this causes another one of those choke points because we have Pars Robotics that's completely shutting down one of the bumps. Overcharge is a tall robot, and they're not able to go underneath the trench, which provides a lot of situations here that the Blue Alliance is able to really defend red well. So we're going to actually continue to watch this play out. And we're going to see Overcharge eventually, finally, get back over to their side, pushing through the defense of 11-4-16. They only have 10 seconds left to shoot, guys, and they're going to miss the first 5 seconds worth of shots, and we're going to see them finally start to hit some, and they're going to continue to shoot even a little bit past the buzzer because of that 3-second delay window. But we're going to see after their first shift, guys, Blue Alliance is ahead, and now Blue Alliance has their first shift. This is looking really good for that alliance number 2. I also want to take a look at a couple things. First of all, a Red Alliance here, Team Robotics, has been kind of shutting down this tunnel, waiting over here, trying to force the Blue Alliance to be a little more chaotic with using the bump. However, they're going to start pivoting and they're going to start actually pushing fuel back into the Red Alliance zone. That's really important for Istanbul Wildcats to be able to continue to pick up fuel and shoot when it's eventually their turn. And this is one of those proof things that I think that teams need to learn from the match. Here is that it's quite an effective strategy. You don't have to be feeding with a turret from all the way across the field. Just shoving fuel into your own alliance zone to the trench is quite effective. Simultaneously, though, we're going to let this play out, and then we're going to pause here just a second and see what Overcharge decides to do here with their off period. So the Blue's shifting. Blue is now going to attempt to score as much as they can, and Overcharge says we need to free Pars Robotics, right? So Pars is still beached. They've been beached for 30 seconds at this point, and Overcharge is going to kind of get themselves in a predicament because you also have 11-4-16 over there as well. And they're going to spend quite a bit of time trying to get over that bump, push them off. They're going to get beached themselves. This is really some of the drama. You're going to see them launch some balls out of the field. Just incredible stuff to watch. Talk about the drama of First Robotics. And 11-4-16 is constantly trying to rough them up as the Blue Alliance is now actually done scoring. So we can pause here a second and realize we're already into the red scoring period. And once again, Red Alliance, down 100 points, has no robots over there scoring yet. Just incredible that the comeback that we're about to watch, guys. And just some of the really keys to victory here in Rebuilt will be unlocked as we watch this last minute and 17. So stay tuned for that for sure. So let's take a look. We're going to watch Overcharge finally able to get through and begin shoring. But there's going to be a little bit of a scuffle that happens down here. I want you to watch what happens right here as Blue Alliance, Red Alliance collide. These are both the second pick robots. And 101-41 is actually going to get beached as well and incapacitate them. So now Red has 2 beached robots. Now finally Pars is able to free themselves. And now there's no more feeding capabilities back to Overcharge, as Overcharge is now done with their last shift. Now they need to wait 25 more seconds for blue, and they're only up 20. Blue's got an entire shift here to shoot, and then we're into that final 30 seconds. So we're going to get to watch this play out. So blue here, they both have full hoppers, Rembrandts, Team NF. They're able to start shooting, right? And I want you to watch here at 45 seconds, both Rembrandts and Team NF, smaller hoppers than Overcharge. And because of that, they have to go and waste some of their valuable shooting time to go collect more during. Whereas the software advantage of 9483, really fantastic in their ability to shoot while moving, to collect, basically never stops. So during their shooting periods, when they're inside their alliance zone, they're constantly shooting. Whereas the blue alliance is coming into Endgame with only a 40-point lead. And unfortunately for them, Overcharge, that's pretty much nothing to them. So we're going to watch this Endgame play out here. Overcharge transitions, they're ready for Endgame to start, 30 seconds, and they're going to pour everything they can in. They need to outscore blue by 40 in this Endgame period, but blue, unfortunately, because of their smaller hopper size and the feeding that they weren't able to do during that last shooting zone, needs to go and collect. And we're going to watch these last 15 seconds play out as Overcharge going to collect a little bit more and then come back to finish this match off, crossing over the bump. Really fantastic play, fantastic comeback. One of those first robotics matches for the ages that it's so fun to see at the first event of Rebuilt. This game, guys, is awesome. It's so good from a spectator perspective. It's so good from a playing perspective. There's so much strategy, different chess pieces that you guys can move around the board to make your alliances be able to compete from any angle. Most people watching this finals thought that Overcharge was going to win by 300 points like they had been doing. But, the Blue Alliance here, Team NF, the Rembrandts, really was able to pull together and play a really cohesive match and show that you can stay in it, even though they weren't able to complete it all the way. Just really fantastic effort by them. And I'm really excited to see what you guys can pull out in week 1 and beyond here in Rebuilt. Just a truly incredible game. And I think there's a lot of stuff that we need to take away from this match. First of all, that the software advantage of Overcharge clearly was evident, right? They have a large hopper, but just because you have a large hopper doesn't necessarily mean that all of the shooting on the move, the collecting on the move, all of that, the very strong Auton for the most part, that really has established their dominance as one of the world-class powerhouses that we've seen already play strong. We'll see if anybody else can beat them. Check out FRC Top 25 on Tuesday to see where they come in on our ratings. But then also that this plowing strategy that we saw employed really by both alliances is a really good way to feed. There's so much fuel on the floor, guys. It's really incredible to see, and it's really hard to navigate it, right? So how can alliances deal with that to put as much of the fuel over here in a shootable and usable position so that we can really effectively score the most and have some really high scoring matches? But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think, so let us know down in the comment section below. What do you think these alliances could have done better? What are you guys going to take into your competitions as we get started? I'm really excited to see this game play out. We already have some incredible play here from both alliances, and we're only just getting started, guys. This was the first competition, so stay tuned for more FUNalysis, more interview content. My name is James. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. Osh Cut is a premier metal cutting service for first teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, guaranteed lead times, and instant online quotes. Osh Cut is offering first teams 50% off any future order up to $200 when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OSHCUT. Just upload a 3D model or flat pattern to get started. Kettering University's cutting-edge programs in their experiential co-op model seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds, offering hands-on, future-focused learning that empowers students to pursue new ideas and inspires other institutions to follow their lead. Don't just be ahead of the curve, create the curve. Get more information at kettering.edu/first.